Hi everyone, welcome to Hanging Out with Blue Valley Ed Tech. This is Ellen. We're going to get started here in just a couple moments to see if anybody will be joining us. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you join us in this call, you can enter to the chat feature, and I will check it periodically to answer any questions you may have. Again, this is Ellen with the Blue Valley Ed Tech team, and tonight we're going to be looking at Breakout Edu. We will discuss what breakouts are and then how to create a game for your classroom. We will be looking at the Breakout Edu webpage on the Blue Valley Ed Tech website. Feel free to follow along at home. To get to our webpage, go to bluevalleyk12.org. Click on the lock in the top right and click on the staff login. Here you'll scroll down to Technology Resources, which will take you to our home page. Once you're to our home page, you'll type in the search bar Breakout Edu and hit enter. You'll then see a link appear called Breakout Edu, and when you click on that, it will take you to our page of resources to help you create breakout games in your classroom. Breakout EDU games are similar to escape rooms, where teams work together to find clues to escape from a locked room. Breakout EDU games are similar that students will work together to use clues, but instead of escaping from a locked room, students are trying to break out of a locked box. Let's look at this video from the creators to find out a little bit more about Breakout EDU.
Tired of students sitting in rows bubbling in worksheets? Introducing Breakout Edu. Breakout Edu is a revolutionary new product that allows educators to bring gaming into the classroom in a meaningful way. Breakout Edu is great for getting learners out of their seats and moving around. Each game requires critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity. Breakout Edu is great for learners of all ages, including adults. Each game is centered around the Breakout Edu box, and players have a set amount of time to open the box. During a game, players need to successfully navigate a series of mysteries and solve engaging problems. All games feature a blend of physical and online puzzles. Each breakout kit comes with a physical box and a series of blocks and other items that can be used to play any of the Breakout EDU games. New games are being added to the store on a regular basis, and there are many free games to get you started. Teachers and students can also use the online template to design their own games. The Breakout EDU kit can be purchased directly from the website or can be assembled using the open source instructions. Learning has never been this much fun, and the classroom will never be the same again. Every classroom needs a Breakout EDU kit. Let's reinvent education together. Breakout EDU. It's time for something different.
As you can see, Breakout EDU games provide students with the opportunities to use their 4C skills to communicate, collaborate, critically think, and use their creativity. Students love to play breakout games. They find them challenging yet fun, and they almost always want to play another one. To get started, we have created a detailed getting started guide. This will be the tool that you'll want to use to know how to start a game and to then return the box once you're done. In this guide, you'll learn how to request a box, how to choose a game that fits the needs of your classroom, how to prepare a game, play a game, and then we provided some tips on Breakout EDU games. The first thing you'll do is you'll look at our calendar to find a time to reserve a breakout game. The calendar you can find back on our breakout page by scrolling to the bottom of the page. Here you'll see a calendar, and where there's a purple line, that means that the boxes are checked out. So on my calendar right now, I can see that November 14th through 19th and 21st and 22nd games are checked out. But I can see that the boxes that are all white, so November 23rd to December 3rd, are available for games. Once you find a date that works for you, you will contact me, Ellen, at EdTech, and I will add you to the calendar. You can find my email by clicking on my name here in blue. Keep in mind that creating breakout games takes a little bit of time, so make sure you plan for that when you are scheduling a game for your classroom. I also recommend laminating your materials and using vis-a-vis pens so materials can be reused year to year. If your team is planning on playing the same game, work together to create one set that then you share among each other. After you found a date, you'll want to choose a game to play. I have created a version of the Great Candy Caper that I found from the Breakout Edu website. The original creator was Kern Kelly, and they made a great breakout. I repackaged it a little bit to fit the needs in Blue Valley. And so if you click on this link, it will give you another setup guide. It will give you the items that you need to print, and then detailed directions on how to set up the materials and the clues. And it will also give you the story line that you'll read to your students, and then the path the students will take to break out. Remember, these instructions are for the teacher only. These are to help you to be able to provide meaningful hints and clues along the way without directly telling the students the answer. Once you play that game, or if you'd like to choose a different game, you can go to the Breakout Edu website. And in the guide, it will give you detailed directions on how to navigate this site. Your first time at the Breakout Edu website, you'll need to sign up for an account. If you're following along at home, you can go to breakoutedu.com, and you'll want to click on Learn More. Here you'll see the Getting Started tab, and you'll fill out a little bit of information to sign up to play Breakout Edu games. This will give you the password that you need to access. When you access the games, you'll see some games being highlighted on their homepage. Here you can see the original Candy Caper version if you'd like to play that version. You can also search for more games by clicking on Search Games and then search All Shared Games. These games are all free and available for people to use. Here you can search by content area. You can search by age range. You can search by group size, but don't let that determine if you play a game or not. We have 4 breakout boxes that you can check out through our department, so you're able to comfortably play games with 35 to 40 people. The game type just tells you the different ways that they're going to be presented the games. Both are great to use into your classroom. Both published and sandbox games will provide you the resources you need as well as the directions to set up that game. So if you picked this game, Island Escape, you would use their directions along with our Getting Started guide to create the game for your classroom. Navigating back to our website, you will notice that we have 4 different boxes that can be checked out. Each box is identical, and I will open up one of these inventory sheets for you to see what's inside. Blue Valley EdTech recommends that for at least your first game, you use 4 boxes. This helps students to learn the locks and how breakouts work and allows them to have their own clues and materials and locks to work with in the game. And everything is color-coded so students know what are their materials and clues to use. Each box comes with a large breakout box, a small lock box that has a code on it, invisible ink pens, a UV light or black light, a word lock, a hasp, a directional lock, a key for the lock, a 3-digit lock, a 4-digit lock, an iPad, a USB drive, hint cards, and breakout posters. The breakout posters are saying, yay, we broke out, or we were so close to breaking out. The one thing that you really need to know on this page is that we have one iPad for all 4 boxes that will need to be shared among all the groups. Every other resource, each group will have their own to use. You'll also see that there are lock codes over here. If you use these locks, you'll just need to reset them to their default locks, so the next group will be able to easily set their locks. If you have checked out our Tinker Tubs before, you will know that they have inventory sheets. Our breakout boxes will be set the same way with inventory sheets, but they're also going to have a lock sheet where you can record down the lock combinations you've used and that you've reset them back to their original settings. This will help prevent people from getting locked out of the box or the locks. It's hard for us to reset, and some of them it's impossible for us to reset if they do get jammed. So we want to take caution to make sure that we're recording everything so we can minimize that from happening. If you get stuck with resetting a lock or need some help troubleshooting, Breakout Edu has provided some great video tutorials to watch. Something to really look for in these videos is how the shackle is open and closed and what location it is in when you're setting it. That can make a very big difference in setting your lock. When you see the videos, it'll explain it a little bit more. Breakout EDU games are also fun to create. So if you want to create a game that is tailored perfectly to your class, you can choose to use any of these resources, or your students, if you want to challenge them, can create their own game. So they provide brainstorming sheets and an official game template, and students or yourselves can actually upload these. Oh, excuse me, I'm not sure what happened there. We'll have to fix that. My apologies. So you can have the breakout template. Not sure what happened there. And then you can share it with Breakout EDU if you'd like to and have your game be available for others to play. One last thing to remember before we wrap up Breakout EDUs is that Breakout EDUs, it's more about the process and not the end goal. The game may seem a little bit like organized chaos, and that's okay. Some of your students might not break out, and that's also okay. It's important at the end of your breakouts to have a discussion about how they use the 4 C's, because that's our goal. How do they work on their communication, creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking skills? That's more important than actually getting into the box. We hope you have fun playing breakout games. If you need any help getting started or have questions along the way, please feel free to reach out to me at ejarden@bluevalleyk12.org. Thank you for viewing this Hangout. If you are interested in learning about digital breakouts, join us for another Hangout at 8 o'clock this Thursday, November 17th. Have a great night.